It appears to be a typical Missouri cow pasture,
Digging is restricted below 2 feet.
located on a typical Missouri gravel road, but that's not a typical farm fence. Back to the hay bales and the cows in a moment.
All right, hang on for the initial drop.
We're heading downstairs to a room without a view,
You're just kind of sitting here waiting
for a call, a red light,
on my mark, 3, 2, 1.
and the beginning of World War III. Sergeant Philip Fleming
Well, this
has
has all
watched
been-
many Hollywood movies portraying nuclear war.
Some are accurate and some are really far-fetched.
This is America's only remaining Minuteman II launch control room.
This has all been fully deactivated.
Deactivated today, activated in 1962, the Cold War.
Within 2 years, 2 months, and 2 weeks,
150 nuclear missiles buried all over west central Missouri.
both sides were going to be pretty equal.
U.S. missiles pointed at Russia and vice versa.
Them being in the same business, they knew what the missile was capable. So
This room was staffed by 2 men for 30 straight years.
they had to be 100% in this job. There was no missing steps. So they would sit here and, of course, they would read their checklist and they would make sure that when the time came, they was going to be ready to turn it.
If the keys were turned simultaneously to the right, the missiles fly.
No gray area if you were going to come down.
None. None. If you missed one question on a test, it was unacceptable.
The final crew signed off and came out of the ground in 1992.
My job is to help people. I'm just a phone call away.
Remember the cow pasture?
It's the legacy of the Cold War. It's the price we pay for all our continuing safety. The EPA and the Air Force agreed that the best thing to do would be to go ahead and implode the silos.
Even if the silos contained PCBs, cancer-causing polychlorinated biphenyls.
The PCBs were not in the missiles themselves. The PCBs were actually contained in the waterproofing materials that were used on the silos and on underground storage tanks. Because of the depth of those materials at, up to 80 feet deep and maybe a little deeper in some areas, it wasn't practical for all those to be removed.
So 15 years later, farmers are reminded about a byproduct, not a nuclear concern.
They're not dangerous unless they dig into the PCBs. And that's what we're here to prevent. That's why DNR is involved.
Looks can be deceiving. Behind the fence, buried in the ground, a weapon never used. How many mid-Missourians would have thunk it?
1 or 2, and they're going to be the old timers that have been in the area for a long time. So, not many. Yeah, looks like a lot of hay bales.